This is the saddest man I've ever met. A childhood sweetheart who has had a crush since childhood. Like his brother. The mature senior sister who adores in his heart, or does he like his brother? What is even more unacceptable to the male protagonist is that these two people actually let themselves help them connect with their brothers. Murderous intentions made the male protagonist crush the back molars. Morning. Hinata took out 2 Minotaur movie tickets. The male protagonist also thought that his childhood sweetheart was going to taste with him. Who expected that the other party just asked the male protagonist to ask his brother out? Jealous. He was going to refuse. But Hinata-kue seems to know the male protagonist very well. A little coquettish made his heart surging. +0 distance please hug. Completely let the male protagonist lose. And the male protagonist had to bite the bullet and agree to him. So he told his brother Xiaosan. Picked up 2 movie tickets myself. And Xiaosang thought that the male protagonist wanted to go with her. The male protagonist quickly lied that he had seen it. The words did not fall. Hinata-kue ran over with a fart. But Xiaosang mistakenly thought that he wanted a movie ticket. Paige's general teammates left the male protagonist speechless. Fortunately, the male protagonist quibbled. Finally let the two watch the movie. But the student council seniors are even more excessive. Qiu Yang wants to eat a love bento with Xiaosang. I had to ask the male protagonist to create a 2-person world. In the face of the coquettish and pleading of the charming senior sister, the male protagonist is full of excitement. So he asked his brother out again. Qiu Yang waited in the corridor for a long time. So nervous that he messed up with his expectations. The male protagonist proposed to have a meal together. When Xiaosang called the male protagonist together, Qiu should also be instantly petrified. The male protagonist quickly lied that he had an appointment. As a brother, Xiaosang is naturally not good to hinder his love. But for the male protagonist, this is a bad fate. He turned the corner and came to the library. A glasses girl has been waiting for a long time. Tricolor is just a dirty and ugly book commissioner. The male protagonist did not expect that the bamboo horse and the senior sister did not catch it. But he was also liked by such an ugly woman. It just so happens that the other party also knows his little secret. Sansai threatened the male protagonist to come to chat with him at noon every day. His intimate behavior made the male protagonist a little overwhelmed. In chat, Sansai learned that the male protagonist has been helping Akino Eagle and the two chase Xiaosang. But he missed a very important point. In case Xiaosang already has someone he likes in his heart. The male protagonist has been awakened by the 3-color Jingyi. In the afternoon, he ran to ask his brother Xiaosang if he liked anyone. Xiaosang instantly looked shy. And he doesn't mind telling the male protagonist the little secret. The two just arrived outside. The appearance of a bench made the male protagonist's heart jump. This bench of fate. As soon as she sits up, she is ready to happen. The male protagonist can't help but fantasize that a bench appears at this time. Could it be that the person Xiaosang likes? Really? Xiaosang let the male protagonist sit next to her. The male protagonist has seen this scene countless times. I saw Xiaosang blushing shyly. About to say the name of the person you like. At this moment, the male protagonist would rather his brother like himself. He didn't want to be the person he thought. Nature can be torn. Tomorrow dog umbrella own dog. Kill you both. Hear this. The male protagonist cried out. Who is bad? Do you like your glasses girl? And Kozan's love for the 3-color well was only at last year's baseball game. Defeated, he was comforted by the other party. What makes the male protagonist even more crazy is that Xiaosang actually let himself help him connect with the 3-color wells. The male protagonist refused without thinking. If it is discovered, I'm going to be finished. In the face of the strong pleas of the good brothers, the male protagonist said that he and the 3-color well are not familiar. But the male protagonist is very considerate of his brother. He took the initiative to find 3 pornography. The other party happily thought that the male protagonist finally wanted to associate with him. But the male protagonist wants to introduce Xiaosang to someone he likes. Say something like this. 3 is very sad. He said that he was only to the people in front of him. That is, the male protagonist will be moved. But the male protagonist feels that the glasses girl is ugly in his heart. In the face of the girl's sincerity, he kept telling how good Xiaosan was. The angry tricolor well rudely interrupted the male protagonist. This attracted crowds to watch. When the atmosphere between the two is not right. Xiaosang's appearance made the male protagonist even worse. Xiaosang saw that the two of them were looking at me. Thought they had a good relationship. The male protagonist does not know how to answer the jealous brother. Suddenly, Misai helped him out under the pretext of the student council. Before leaving the three-color well, he also showed that he had a bad relationship with the male protagonist. Xiaosang finally breathed a sigh of relief after listening to it. And the male protagonist does not know why he wants to help himself. Afterwards, the tricolor well became a little indifferent. The male protagonist reviews the chat records with the three-color wells before. Almost all of them are licking himself. The male protagonist, on the other hand, only responded indifferently. Suddenly, Akino sent a message to meet the male protagonist. Next, the male protagonist felt the resentment of the other party comparable to a special curse spirit from far away. It turned out that Xiaosang actually hoped for Qiuyi, because he and the tricolor well have developed for so many days. Others already have a heart. Qiu Yang blamed the male protagonist for not telling himself the truth. And the reason why the male protagonist did not do this. It was afraid of breaking the hearts of the two. The heartbroken girl does not want to listen to the male protagonist's quibbles. And her relationship with her senior sister also broke completely. The male protagonist has not eased up. Childhood sweetheart Hinata Kue asked her to meet again. The male protagonist only feels that this scene is familiar. Really, Hinata Kue was also asked by Kozan. He also complained that the male protagonist did not tell himself to write. The appearance of crying and making trouble is the same as Akino's. In the end, his childhood sweetheart also broke with him. Two important relationships were lost at one time. The male protagonist is a conquest. At school, the male protagonist thought that only good brothers would talk to him. At this time, Misai asked him to go to the library. The tricolor well is worthy of being a stalker. Even the male protagonist and Akino Eagle broke up. As the words of the three-color well gradually became excessive, the male protagonist approached him angrily. Suddenly, the library door was opened. The other three appeared in front of them. And all this was arranged by the three-color wells.